Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Swine Brothers Show, episode 122 for the 7th, I think, of November 2016. It's the Election Day special. You can email us at cosmicgodsdie at gmail.com.
Or
Facebook is Swine
ELL in the
Brothers,
mood.
and no, you can't do that because fuck you. Facebook is Swine Brothers, and Twitter is SwineBros666. I am your host, Ellie Lindemood. My co-hosts are.
I am the Jim. I defecate on the universe, and apparently that's how my girlfriend thinks of me.
And you apparently are a presidential candidate for the United States.
Yes, 12 people told me they wrote me in. I don't know
Yes,
why.
including me. Why? Because who else was I going to vote for?
Mm. Makes
And
sense from that perspective.
we also have another person. Introduce yourself.
No.
That's Chuck. That's Chucky. That's the Chaswell Almighty or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what that means, but whatever. So yes, we have a presidential candidate here running on the party of utter contempt.
There we go. That's what I should call it. I'm running on the utter contempt party. My platform is I hate them all.
Yes, we do hate them all. So this is the Election Day special. However, we start off with some metal rumors that Jim doesn't know about, but I know about. I think Malevolent Creation just broke up. Because there's only one member listed on the Metal Archives. There's only one current member now, which would really fucking suck. If you remember, they were the band who posted the Baby Obama and a KFC thing with a watermelon?
Yay.
And they've been getting some flack for that, and I hope they haven't broken up personally, because I really like the band. Also, according to Metal Archives, Jack Owen from Cannibal Corpse and Deicide has left Deicide. However, no other reports have confirmed this, and apparently he's being replaced by the guy from Monstrosity. But I haven't seen any reports on this. It's only on the Metal Archive, so feel free to take it with a grain of salt. And my dog is apparently a guest host in the other room. So that's all the metal I can think of. Without further ado.
Well, we got Melania Trump wants to focus on social media bullying if she becomes first lady.
Right. And of course, the reason we're doing this is the posts of this story. Oh, and we hope you enjoyed the Poser Bash episode on Wednesday. And we're sorry for the sudden stop. But the post, well, she should focus on her husband because apparently he's a cyberbully.
Yay. Melania Trump said Thursday she'd work to improve social media culture that has gotten too mean and too rough, especially to children and teenagers if she becomes first lady. And once again, completely not comprehending how her husband got as popular as he did.
Well, no, do you know what I think is the best thing to point out? Is that, do you remember, like, you go back in time to the 90s, and it was the sort of like the Republican and the Clintons who were saying the shit like, you're kind of like your American Christian sort of mother, type figure who was saying the old, we need to ban video games. We need to, protect the children, all of these sorts of arguments. Oh, we've got to do something about bullying. Which is why we had all of these stupid fucking anti-bullying videos throughout the 90s. And what do you expect from the culture that's been raised on that? What do you expect of the culture next? We expect to see this cry bullying. The second you go into something and you give somebody some special sacred status by which they can't be questioned, they're going to learn that entitles them to say whatever the fuck they like. And then they're going to do it. And what they're going to do is they're going to wind up somebody. And when somebody gets wound up and snaps back, they're going to be like, oh, I'm a victim of bullying.
Well, see, here's the thing. in my evil little twisted fantasy world, the internet would be a rough and tumble no man's land where you're allowed to be as evil as you want to be, and only the strong will stay and the weak will. However, I'm just undiseased enough to realize that's an unrealistic possibility because the internet's too popular for that to happen.
Yeah, with popularity comes the downfall of everyone wanting to wuss up, be polite. And the funny thing is this, God. Back in the day, we had much more productive fucking debates whenever, you didn't have to put on this facade of politeness.
Yes, which is why no one refuses to debate. Which is why everyone refuses to debate me because I refuse to put on a facade of politeness. As everyone knows, I am quite unpolite, impolite.
Yeah, I think it's been called the tyranny of niceness. Fall in line, be nice to everyone, or else we will ruin everything that you could ever possibly ever want to achieve. You won't even get fucking fast food work because we hate you.
Well, that's kind of sad because this is about all I wanted to. No, just kidding. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm surprised people like Sargon actually get big. I don't watch him as much as I used to, every now and then, but he did what he needed to do for my kind of political beliefs and or not, but my kind of getting into this YouTube shit. He did what he needed to do, but I'm surprised he's as big as he is because I'm surprised people haven't tried to like assassinate him with fucking.
Well, there's nothing they can really take from him. He doesn't have a job. He makes his money through YouTube, and now they're trying to go after that.
Well, they did copyright
these
strike.
things like, and hero programs and stuff like that.
Ah, yes, YouTube hero.
YouTube Gestapo, let's call it what it is.
Now, Chaz. The Gestapo just called and they said you're not being very nice to them.
I just want the YouTube Hero program to rename itself to the final solution to the troll problem on YouTube.
Yes, the final solution to the troll problem. Anyway, continue, Jim.
In a rare appearance on the campaign trail and her first solo speech since the convention this summer, the wife of Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump discussed her vision for her role in the White House for the first time Thursday.
That is such a weird couple.
I like to have unrealistic dreams too.
Yes, I once had a dream where I was fucking, on fucking, what are the major talk shows? And I fucking, said all misanthropic shit. And all of a sudden, World War III broke out and I was declared president of the world. Of the destroyed wasteland that is the world.
Oh, so you like having more realistic dreams than she does then?
Yeah. Well played.
It is never okay when a 12-year-old girl or boy is mocked, bullied, or attacked.
Well, I was on the internet. Well, I was on the internet when I was 12, but I didn't have the balls to sign up for anything. Plus, most things had a caption thing, so I didn't even have a thing where I could read the audio because I had a blind computer called the Braille Note. So I had to sign up to anything that didn't have a captcha. But I was too chicken shit to sign up for anything until I was about 14. So.
Yay. And your fear was warranted.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I signed up and I was a little. Slipknot is the heaviest band in the world. I mean, the shit I got was awesome. I mean, now, before I was like, no, you guys are wrong, but now I'm like, oh shit, they were all right.
Yay. Persuasion of belief kicked in, and then all of a sudden, you finally accepted.
And then well, because what they used to do is they used to, like, rather than just tell me I was an idiot, here's some music. This is real. Oh my god. That's the first cigarette of the show, because the two pre-show cigarettes do not count. That is cigarette number 1.
Yay. It is terrible when it happens on the playground, and it is absolutely unacceptable when it is done by someone with no name hiding on the internet.
My head makes my head makes a great frisbee target. Apparently,
Oh, God.
your head
There's
makes
a huge dissonance here. People said mean things to me online where I can block and mute and do all these things where I don't have to listen to anything other than my own little hug box
yeah,
world.
but people don't. It's a weird thing when people don't have the strength to block. I don't know what it is, but they don't block some of these people. They will sit there and be yelled at and insulted, and I'm just like, dude, just block me, because I'm usually the one insulting them.
Yay. We have to find a better way to talk to each other, to disagree with each other, to respect each other.
Okay, here I have a better way to disagree. Unsheathed knife.
We must find better ways to honor and support the basic goodness of our children, especially in social media. Have you seen how spoiled rotten they are? Especially on social media.
Oh,
Fuck.
come on, let's be honest. This is a woman who only married Trump for money.
Yeah. It'll be one of the main focuses of my work if I am privileged enough to become your first lady.
So what does Bill become if Hillary's the president? Never mind. Probably the first lady. By the way, in more metal news, I'm sure Jim saw the thing Travis Ryan, the amazingly twattish lead singer of the band Kettle Decapitation. He's a vegan, or at least a vegetarian. I don't know. He's a twat. Has created an anal cunt kind of parody band called Anal Trump. Of course, Anal Cunt was supposed to be offensive with songs like Ha Ha Holocaust and Hitler was a sensitive man and Three's Company theme. Whereas Anal Trump just kind of takes Trump quotes and puts them through very generic grindcore. But basically, my thought was, well, where's Anal Clinton?
Yeah, everyone's fucking a shit show here.
Yes.
That's why I'm voting for neither tomorrow.
And Travis Ryan decided to message me with pussy ass complaints about how I don't like his music. Which you would. He's one of the biggest freaking real metal bands. You wouldn't think he'd be, messaging Elliot Lindemood.
In September, after Clinton cited Trump's reference to 1996 Miss Universe Alicia Machado as Miss Piggy and Miss Housekeeper during their first presidential debate, Trump said in a 3 a.m. Twitter rant that Machado is disgusting and a con.
I don't know what the context was. I'll be completely honest.
They're never going to tell you the real context.
Yeah, I don't know why the Miss Universe thing came up, or because I don't watch the debates. I have much better things to do.
Yeah. Other than watching the fucking circle jerk where everyone's saying how evil everyone else is.
Yes, I have better things to do, like watch racing or kill myself.
It was Melania Trump's first speech since her appearance at the RNC, where her remarks triggered controversy because one section plagiarized Michelle Obama's 2008 National Democratic Committee speech.
Yes, and it was and it actually did plagiarize. I've actually seen both videos back to back.
Everything's plagiarism. I don't give a shit.
Everything's plagiarism. I don't give a shit. Yeah. He wants to kill me.
She cast her husband as someone who's in touch with America's working class. Like either candidate is. God, either the mainstream.
Wait. No, Trump is in touch with America's working class. I mean, he has to walk by them when it's fucking businesses. That's more in touch than Clinton is. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Like,
guess in that sense, she's right.
God, even the clowns on the 2 other tickets fucking not being mentioned in these debates and shit. They're even detached from the actual working class.
Which is why we should vote for the Jim. If you're watching this, write in Jim Thompson with the party of utter contempt.
Mm-hmm. Every time my husband learned of a factory closing in Ohio or North Carolina or PA, I could see him get very upset. She
Really?
said that she made the case the RNC can fix the nation's economic woes.
I wonder if you heard about the glass factory closing that you told me about.
Oh, that was the big one back in Jeanette. Dear God. And that guy's living up in New York, nice and happy, while everything just collapses and after fires and all this other shit. And there's fucking toxic waste that needs removed that isn't getting removed because no one's paying for it because he owns it and it would be trespass and no one's going through the legal network to fucking get rights over a property which he essentially abandoned and is only holding on to because he doesn't want it known. Oh, fuck. And he jackpotted the entire fucking retirement fucking fund for everyone working at the plant as he ran away, and nothing legally has really been done. He's just living the high life in New York somewhere. That's all we know.
It's a complete shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like your typical businessman.
And this was back in the 80s, and that was the job my mother lost, along with many of her friends.
Yep.
So how much do you care about that kind of backhanded bullshit?
I still love the quote when Donald and his first wife had the Trump casinos in the 80s. They used to make all the blacks whenever they visit. I guess all the blacks were made to go in the back so Trump wouldn't have to look at them.
She said she went through a 10-year process of becoming a U.S. citizen, which she called the greatest privilege in the world.
Yeah, of course, because that's what everyone calls it.
Compared to some of the shitholes in the world, even though this place is shitty enough, yeah, I guess it would be a step up.
Yeah, Slovenia is not that bad.
Well, that's where she's from. Yeah, it's not that bad. There are certain shitholes that are far worse.
It's true.
I'm an immigrant, and no one values the freedoms and opportunities of America more than me, she said.
Yeah, the freedom to marry a rich guy.
Melania Trump was introduced by Karen Pence, the wife of Republican nominee's running mate Mike Pence. I know that America will fall in love with her just as much as she loves the American people.
Just as much as I fall in love with her. We've had a secret lesbian love affair. I was watching the NASCAR race yesterday, and one of the cars driven by Reed Sorensen, who it's kind of sad because he was one of my favorites back when he was racing on the Legends car circuit about 16 years ago. He couldn't get a sponsor, apparently, so he's driving the Trump Pence Toyota. How fun! I mean, he's driving the Trump Pence, not Chevy, not Dodge, not Ford, not the all-American car, Toyota.
Yeah,
The Japanese. So a truck driver also did that with the Trump Pence Toyota, and I love the fact that they're racing a Japanese car with Trump and Pence.
That's great.
Yes.
And this misogynistic horror show put Hillary Clinton in the White House. No.
Yes. And I'm going to name drop you just because I'm a dick. Rachel Whiteford from Race Spot TV posted this on her Facebook, and I saw that she's from England. And I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, this is from the formerly respectable Guardian."
Formerly. So many
Yes.
things are formerly respectable.
I mean, The Guardian used to be my favorite newspaper because it told political stories that no one else told. Not like an Alex Jones way. It was a muckraking newspaper that told stories that you wouldn't get in America, such as the fact that George W. Fuck, that's loud. Sorry, my screen reader went off. Such as George W. Bush and the head of what country was it? Made a deal not to capture Osama bin Laden because it would hamper the dictator's political clout if Osama was captured.
Yeah.
That story wasn't broken over here, but it was in the Guardian about 2004, 2005. You know, formerly respectable site. I think this is from Comment is Free though, so I think anyone could do Comment is Free. Chaz?
I don't know what the hell happened to him. Anyways, when I was
Sorry,
a
I
girl,
forgot I was muted.
Comment is Free. I think that's just a blog that anyone could really start on the Guardian, right?
See, I'm not sure. I don't really pay much attention to the Guardian because it's a pile of shit.
Like I said, it was formerly my favorite news site because it would tell you stories that you wouldn't get over here. But now it's just become. Anyway, this is from the Guardian from something called Comment is Free, which I think is the blog section that I think most people can have. Anyway,
Probably.
Jimbo.
when I was a girl of 11, I had an argument with my father that left my psyche maimed.
What?
You want to talk
what?
about fathers maiming psyche?
Yeah, I
You
can.
want to go down that route?
I can make some jokes here. No, I said stick it in this way.
Oh, God.
Or
Talk to me again whenever you see your father fucking the VCR. Talk to me again whenever you fucking come home from school and get a whipping. Why? Because you tested high on the fucking placement test and they wanted to advance you a grade. So you did something good, but you're getting a whipping because that phone call woke up your father. Tell me how maimed your psyche is with this argument.
it's kind of hard to believe, viewers, but at one point Jim was actually smart.
Mm-hmm. And then I did drugs.
And then he stopped doing drugs. See,
Yeah, I should.
you'll not like Dave Mustaine, Pete Sandoval. When they were on drugs, they were cool. When they stopped doing drugs, they became conservative Christians.
Oh, God, I gotta do drugs. It was about whether a woman could be president of the U.S. Okay. Why?
Fairly deep voice for a girl.
Yeah.
When I was a girl of 11.
How did it even start? I was no feminist prodigy. I just a shy kid who preferred reading to talking. Politics weren't my destiny. Probably I was trying to work out what was possible for my category of a person. Legally, logistically, blah, blah. As one might then, gender hadn't darkened my mental doorway as I followed my older brother into our daily adventures wearing hand-me-down jeans. Oh, wow, you're trying to sound like you're all American. But in adolescence, it dawned on me that I'd be spending my future as a woman. Well, if you were born female, chances are yes.
What, you mean like being a scientist or winning racing championships or being the Prime Minister of Great Britain?
Or hell, being part of an all-female band that fucking totally rocks. Listen to their Get Up.
Just being a singer of a band, despite be it all female or just you, the singer, who influenced Black Sabbath. I'm sorry, Black Sabbath ripped off, but still, who, if it weren't for you, the metal thing might not have happened. Jinx Dawson and Coven.
Yeah. And when I looked around, alarm bells rang. Oh, you're going to panic instead of doing something. How sad. My mother was a capable, intelligent, deeply unhappy woman who aspired to fulfillment as a housewife, but clearly disliked the job.
Well, I have a fairly tough attitude on things like this, and that's if you don't like it, fucking try something else. I mean, I understand you have to make a living, but a housewife isn't really making a living. Tell your fucking husband to get his own beer or whatever.
Saw most of my friends' mothers packed into that same dreary boat. My father was a country physician, admired and rewarded for the work he loved. Did he really love it? Or was they just put on a happy face so he could make $1?
He puts on a happy face and then he comes home and makes the kids sit on his lap so he can beat the shit out of them and tell them to go get him another scotch.
In my primordial search for a life coach, he was a natural choice.
In my search for a life coach, I chose Gigi Allen and Dead from Mayhem, and you know.
I had to find my own way, pretty much.
Yes, I did too. I was just being an asshole.
Because my father, no role model there. My mom was off drinking with her friends more often than not. So, no parental role model, really.
I mean,
my grandfather would have been much better to follow.
I mean, my dad is cool. I just never really aspired to be anything he was. He was. So I just, it's kind of, he's nice, but I'm gonna go my own way here.
I probably started asking him if girls could go to college, have jobs, be doctors, tentatively working my way up the ladder.
God, how old are you? Like 80? No, women can't vote.
Really? Fuck. It's like the fucking poser bash we did. You're probably a World War II veteran. Do you even know any?
Is this the 1950s? Is this like women are supposed to be I Love Lucy types or something? What era are you living in?
Yeah, what day is it? His answers grew more equivocal until finally we faced off, Dad saying no, and me saying, but why not? A female president would be dangerous. His reasons vaguely referenced menstruation and emotional instability, innate female attraction to maternity, and aversion to power.
Oh, I've said things like this, but I was being a complete another dick, and my girlfriend then knew it and slapped the shit out of me. Which I deserved, mind you.
I ended that evening curled in my bed with my fingernails digging into my palms and a silent howl tearing through me that lasted hours and left me numb. Try taking a baseball bat to the face, bitch. I have.
Do you know how many people say that?
This beautiful.
Yes. Do you know how many people say I wouldn't amount to anything, or that oh, you can't do a show because this reason, this. I just went, I didn't listen because I don't listen to other people. Jim knows that. Jim's given me actually some good advice. And I only took it after I tried my own bad advice. I went, oh, you're right.
Yes. Kill the poisoner, who would be a great ally. But, I wanted that, and then I destroyed what I wanted. Why?
Because I'm a stubborn bastard who only really listens to himself. I mean, I'll listen to your advice and I'll go, okay, if I fail, I'll take your advice. But I'm going to try mine first. And then when mine fails, I'm going to grudgingly take yours. But, I'm a stubborn bastard.
The next day, I saw life at a remove as my skull had been jarred. What changed for me was not dashing of specific hopes, but an understanding of what my father, the person whose respect I craved, really saw when he looked at me. I was tainted.
I learned right off the bat that I didn't want anyone's respect.
You want to see? Hi, your son scored very highly on the damn placement test for first grade. We want to put him in the second grade. Oh, he probably cheated. I come home, whipped to my ass. Who is tainted here? Me.
I realized I didn't care if I got anyone's respect because I felt most people didn't, deserve respect to begin with. So I fucking. Also, I'm guessing this is post Thatcher. I mean, say what you want, Thatcher did rule a country, and so did Gandhi and some other. But say what you want about Thatcher's policies, she did rule a country.
Yeah.
Horribly, but she ruled it. And Theresa May is in Britain and doing a horrible job, but doing a job nonetheless.
Yay. See women in power fuck up just as much as the men. Enjoy equality.
Well, all I've seen is watching her get absolutely fucking abused like a Texan wife by Jeremy Corbyn every PMQ.
That is two Siggies. We are up to two Siggies here.
I would grow up to be a lesser person confined to an obliquely shameful life. Yes.
I realize that.
I'm certain you grew up homeless, living under a bridge.
Well, shit. I mean, I haven't known that unless things work out right. That's how we're gonna end up. I'm not being dramatic. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, but I didn't stop asking what a woman gets to do, and so began a lifelong confrontation.
Apparently, she gets to write pissy blogs.
Yes, eventually I rested my way to yes on most of these things, except, of course, the last one. Would you walk home safely after dark?
Will you walk home safely after dark?
The helpless fury of knowing I don't get to just be a person here, going about my business, has haunted all the I don't get to be a human. I've seldom been treated as a human being. Fuck.
I knew right off the bat I wasn't going to be a fucking great.
Well, look at those rude people who keep filming you with their cameras all fuzzy as you walk through wooded clearings.
Yes, Jim, you're Bigfoot.
Damn focus on bastards.
Yes. What was I going to say? I mean, I have it in the back of my mind that I could be good at this one day. But still.
My father is very old now. Lately, I brought up our ancient argument about who may occupy the White House, but he didn't remember it.
Yeah, because he's probably bored and just was like, this kid keeps asking me fucking stupid crap. I'm just gonna,
The world has changed, and so has he, urged forward by working daughters and granddaughters. He's ready and eager to vote for a woman president, but it's knocked the breath out of me to learn that most of his peers are not. Aw, boo-hoo. What, a warmonger that wants to fucking send a drone into an allied country to strike an embassy to kill one man?
I voted for in the woman president 2012, Jill Stein.
Mm-hmm.
Eat my shit.
Yay. Hillary Clinton has honored the rules of honored. Have you even seen her fucking political career?
Nope, but
Honor and Hillary Clinton are antonyms. God, I mean, yes, so is Trump, but fuck this shit. You're thinking this idiotic dichotomy.
Well, yeah, because Trump's easy. Oh, that's why we don't really bash Trump, although we were going to a little bit. But Trump's easy. But no, Jim, she has a vagina, so she must be saint.
I met the prerequisites for a candidate being voted in. That's the prerequisite.
Being part of the corporate machine that elected her over arguably a more willing or a more capable.
Let's just say it, the DNC engaged in sleaze to.
No, Chaz, that offends me because
sleaze is fun. This is flat out.
I mean, like, contemptible, Steve, like pretty much corruption in order to get her in. And not only that, like if you look at Hillary Clinton's comments about the Bernie Sanders group, or and compare that to what Bernie Sanders said about her, it was arguably a very different fight from one side to the other. One, it was a little jibing match. For the other one, it was fucking nuke o'clock.
Now, I'm critical of the Bernie group, and I'm critical of people's faith in Bernie Christ coming, going to appear to redeem us of our sins. But I still kind of like the guy, or at least what he said he stood for. And I still say that I would have rather seen him. I knew he wasn't going to be elected. I knew he wasn't going to. I knew Hillary was going to win, but still.
Yes, who's got the money here? That's all it comes down to.
Sometimes it really sucks being right.
Bringing a lifetime of pertinent experience in sucking Wall Street's cock. An inquiring mind as to who's talking shit about her.
Wait a minute, Jim. She couldn't have been sucking Wall Street's cock. I mean, because if she did that, she'd have enough experience. Bill wouldn't need to,
Yeah, true.
She must have been doing some other sort of position.
A record
No
of...
offense, but the top of her head's probably one of the most boring things you could look at while you're getting your dick sucked.
Boring.
Okay.
A record of compassionate service, killing people, selling arms, laundering money for warlords. Compassionate service.
Wait a minute, Jim. I got it. This is 1984. Ministry of Love is where they torture people.
Yes, that's
The
where we're
Ministry
at.
of Peace is the War Department.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Plenty is where they fucking, God, what is it? Basically just claim that they have a bunch of, boots and food and shit, but they don't. And of course, the Ministry of Truth is where they tell lies. Yeah, this is 1984. Compassion.
Yeah.
Good God,
And a
George.
sound grasp of our nation's every challenge. No, she has a firm grasp of her own fucking standing and wealth mongering. God, how can people sit there and say that there's a huge difference and one of these candidates is definitely arbitrarily better than the other when they're both scum?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you how they can sit there. Because they don't look. Because they don't do any research. They read MSNBC or they read whatever the fuck site that they go to or TV station or whatever, and they read that and they believe it, because to believe otherwise would require critical thinking, and they don't want to do critical thinking. And besides, woman. So I have a question, and this spreads to the show, and email me at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com or leave a comment, please. What if Sarah Palin got the nod in 2012? Would you vote? Would you, women saying that Hillary Clinton, blah, 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 would you vote for Sarah Palin in 2012? Would you have voted, or Michelle Bachmann?
Oh, God.
Who's even worse? I mean, Palin's just an idiot. Bachmann's an idiot and dangerous. But, so what if Palin or Bachmann got in 2012? Would you vote for them?
God.
Get in touch. That is the Swine Brothers trivia question.
Her stated desire is to work hard for our country and its future, and so is every politician's, including the person running against that you're attempting to fucking say is bullshit and glorify her.
Who else said that? Nixon, Reagan, Bush 1, Bush 2, Clinton, the rock star.
Yeah, they all said that. Things have just continually went further and further to shit.
It's because they're politicians.
Her opponent is a bunch of things that we don't need to go over because it just makes them an easy target. I
I mean,
this is stuff that if you haven't been able to see it yet,
yeah,
you're
that's
beyond hope. Just as the person writing this is beyond hope, but
that's the thing
seriously.
about Trump is he's reprehensible, but you don't need to say it out loud because everyone knows his comments are reprehensible. Everyone knows what he says is horrible. Well, okay, everyone except for maybe David Duke, but even David Duke would actually say it, more gently. But Clinton is more fun to pick apart because she wears a mask.
And people buy into it.
Trump doesn't wear, or if he does wear a mask, it's a mask of a different kind.
Oh God, I don't think he is wearing a mask because he's too idiotic to do so.
Either that,
He just says the first thing that comes to mind.
either that, Jim, and this is probably giving him too much credit, or he's like one of the best fucking parodists of our time. And this, I know this giving him too much credit.
Fucking, there's this one Canadian I was watching that said, "Yeah, I saw the presidential debate. I saw Satan against the buffoon."
That's not funny. How dare you?
Yes, I know Satan's much cooler than Clinton.
Well, I have a branch of Satan this Clinton would be just fine with.
Oh God, I'm horrified to watch the bizarre pageant of my nation pretending these two contenders are equivalent. Well, let's see. One is backed and funded by big corporations. The other is a corporation.
Yes.
That's about the only real difference here. Aside from one attempt running this race to lose and the other one running to fucking just because she has to.
Well, it's funny because one's running to lose, but his campaign is actually not running to lose and having to do fucking damage control. Like Pence isn't even mentioning Trump's name. Have you seen that? He's not even mentioning Trump's name in speeches because he's just like, oh, what the because you know that Pence signed up for the Trump thing because if Trump got in on the off chance, he would be the leader of the country because they would put Trump in a room and give him some nice little balls to play with or some shit. And Pence, kind of like George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, and
Yeah, we've already
George,
seen that before with Bush.
and George Bush Senior and Ronald Reagan. Because come on, really, Reagan wasn't president. You know that.
No, he wasn't.
Um,
I know that. And I was a
although
fucking kid back then.
although at least Reagan knew he wasn't president. That's the one thing. Bush thought he was president because he was so fucking stupid. But so Pence realizes that he has an opportunity before 2020 to grab power and maybe even lead the country behind a figurehead. However, he's having to do damage control because the Republicans are like, we don't want it this overt. So, yeah, he's not even fucking mentioning Trump. And they're not even mentioning Trump when they're like saying how much they like Pence. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, how much more blatant can you be?
Yes. It's just, well, here, you want to talk about blatant? It was a staff aide to, an aide to. I think it was maybe George Bush II in 2008 when John McCain and Sarah Palin were running. It may have been George Bush, but feel free to correct me. But it was some sort of presidential staffer, and he said, "I have no confidence in Sarah Palin running the country," which of course is the job of the vice president.
This race is close. Polls tell us most Americans believe Trump has sexually assaulted women. And a majority also believe Clinton can't be trusted. Do you not see the problem with how much bullshit this is? Yes, we agree that column A sucks, but we must also agree that column B sucks.
You know, the one thing I would like to see if Trump does get in, and this is theoretical, Google, so don't sue me. Wouldn't it be interesting to see a presidential assassin? This is theoretical.
Yay. Just see how fucking quickly we reenact. Oh god, we're already clamping down. We've got extensions of that fucking Patriot Act,
No,
which we already had that shit beforehand. But
this is theoretical. This is a theoretical question because I haven't seen one in my lifetime. This is a theoretical scenario. So, and by the way, Chaswold Almighty said this.
yay. And those that say Clinton can't be trusted do so for unspecified reasons. No, you moron, you're not looking into the fucking reasons.
Of course she's not, because that would deflate her whole.
Wow, you can actually differ on policy? I could bring up the various. Oh god, how many times did she rail against shit that I fucking loved growing up? And this is just, media. She fucking bashed video games. She bashed it. She fucking shits on anything.
Well, look who her vice president's wife was Tipper Gore.
Yeah, really.
And of course she was. Her and Bill signed put together the one that basically gave away the fucking airwaves to the major corporations, and that's why you don't see any cool independent programmings like some metal or punk stations, and the few public broadcast stations are basically given to the highest bidder. And who bids for them? NPR and churches. And NPR is okay, but churches and
I don't know. All I've heard on NPR lately is Trump is evil, Trump is evil, Trump is evil. It's like, yeah, but look at how evil fucking Clinton is. You're not going to do that? Okay.
It depends on what station you go to. We have two, and one's...
The one around here is fucking...
One's pretty well balanced, and the other...
it used to be balanced until this fucking race started. Then it just went to complete shit.
Yes, well, I wonder, like, DOA did a song called Fucked Up Trump, which is, they did it for Fucked Up Ronnie and Fucked Up Bush. Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do when Trump doesn't win. I mean, all these things, all this mass hysteria, what are they going to do if Trump doesn't win? All of a sudden it's like, oh, shit, we, in like 10 years, you know what's going to happen, right, Jim? 12 years from now, the two of us, because we can, are going to be looking up on YouTube for old Trump president speeches. You're going to go, remember this? And they're going to be like, no.
We're back to the ancient conundrum. A woman can't be that smart and commanding. You fucking ideological fucking sign on that. Oh, God. Really? You actually think the majority of people who sit there and shit on Clinton and say she can't be trusted actually think a woman can't do the job of president? Do you literally think that? Especially considering we're talking about a lot of Trump supporters also backed the fucking presidential candidate who had fucking Palin as vice president. So apparently they thought that, oh, woman could do the fucking job if the president died.
Which he was like 85 years old or 71 or whatever the fuck, so.
Yeah, fuck that shit. He was probably going to die in office anyway because that fucking office drains it out of you.
Yeah, if you want to look at it, look at George W. Bush after he left office.
Yeah, God, look at fucking Obama before and after. He was like young athlete and romantic looking type. Now he's like, oh my God, the life has been sucked out of him. He looks 50 years older than he did when he took office.
You know, I get the sense that come November, all the whoever's the president is going, it's almost over. It's almost over.
To set that hazy discomfort next to a sexual assaulter. No, that's not what's going on. A warmonger versus a sexual assaulter. That's what's going on here. That's the equation that's going through people's brains.
I mean, they're both scum, and people vote for Hillary, but God, vote for the Jim. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want that. You know you want that awesome voice delivering your fucking presidential speeches over a fucking microphone with 100,000 people in the audience.
You are doomed. You are going to fail. But learn from those failures. There.
Fucking 100,000 people, lights. Yeah. On
and
TV.
call the defects equivalent. Yes, they are equivalently horrible. Oh, oh God. Listen, it is not politics as usual when one camp continually threatens the other with imprisonment and death. Which side are you talking about with that line there? Which side? Because I've heard it from both.
You know which side.
Yeah, I know, but still, if we were just to take that sentence, fucking I posted shit where I didn't say where it was coming from, and no one knew whether it was fucking about Clinton or Trump. No one could tell.
I usually figured it out, but I was like the only one.
Yeah, but that was because you saw the original post.
True. And plus, I have a brain.
Screaming female-specific vulgarities. Misogynist, woman-hating, telling, fucking caveman who tells her woman to go back. You don't see where it's also male-specific vulgarities coming from the other side. No one is guiltless here.
Nope. No one is guiltless.
Painting her face on targets. Oh, like I haven't seen that happening with fucking Trump either. Continue.
Oh, my friend.
With people saying, oh, God, there was an article that fucking some guy said, the moment Hillary wins, I hope all Trump supporters die.
My friend, Mr. Puke, he liked to throw darts at a dartboard, and he had my face in the bullseye. Not because he hated me, though, just because wouldn't it be great to stick a dart through your friend's face every now and then?
I remember I wrote a song saying, just because I want to kill you doesn't mean I want you dead. All because I thought it would be really cool if my friend died in this really horrible, specific manner, and it would be like fucking a really artistic murder. But I didn't want to kill him because he was my friend, but he would look so cool, mangled, the way I wanted to mangle him.
Yes. And that's why clones need to be invented.
Yes, so we could mangle people that would look really cool mangled that way.
Yes.
Hoisting her effigy to be hanged, just like hoisting effigies of Trump to be burned, or putting up effigies of Trump naked in the middle of a park and celebrating it.
Well, I mean, that's not just politics. You see that in sports. We were at a race, early or late 90s, early 2000s. I'm sure you've heard of the racer named Jeff Gordon.
Nope.
And yes, you have. Shut up.
No candidate in the history of the U.S., Barack Obama included, has been subjected to so much jubilant violation.
What I was going to say, so they had, on trailers, they had effigies of Jeff Gordon being strangled to death.
Oh, God. Also, I got to say, I have seen Bill Clinton, Bush, and Obama all flayed to death at GWAR shows. So you're telling me that this has never happened before to any candidate. Even though I mentioned 3 presidents that I've seen effigies of them be horribly mutilated and raped.
The Reaganator.
Oh, yes, the Reaganator, which also died. An effigy of Reagan, even after his death being destroyed.
And you know they did it with the first Bush as well.
Uh-huh. I suffer these humiliations as my own. Why? You're backing a scumbag. Just as those who are backing Trump are backing a scumbag.
Because you have to have some sort of identity to belong to. Whereas I don't I'm a man, but I don't think of myself as part of the brotherhood of man or anything. So if someone insults men, I don't feel like I'm
Oh,
Being
wow,
a-
I'm a metalhead, but how many times do people shit on my bands and I just say, ha, good one.
or you just say you have no taste.
Either way. And can't understand why voters stand by with arms crossed, assessing her stamina and valor while Clinton is taking it on the chin. Well, she took it on the chin, then we wouldn't have heard of Monica Lewinsky.
Bam.
Oh, God.
Good one.
So hoist up.
Jim, I think you better stop with the blowjob metaphors while you're ahead.
You know he won't.
It's Clinton
That
Christ.
was bad.
We have Clinton Christ and Trump Christ. Which Christ are you going to worship?
And Burning Christ. Burning
Right.
Christ, who will somehow come at the very last minute and save us all from our sins.
Oh, God.
That was a very bad joke, Chazzy.
Oh, wow. So, yes, this is obviously misogynistic that we're not voting for fucking Clinton.
No.
Yeah.
I should have voted for Jinx Dawson. You know, now I'm ashamed. Oh well.
Anyways, let's see. Anything more about misogyny? How about these adult film stars are offering blowjobs to anyone who will vote against Donald Trump?
By the
Does
way,
that mean
Elliot,
I'm
if
getting
you
a
don't
blowjob?
vote- Elliot, if you don't vote Jinx Dawson, you know Jim will win.
Yeah, good point. I'm conflicted now. So if that'd be funny if somehow Jim we fuck with the voting machines enough to like some guy named Jim Thompson from Pennsylvania's won, host of the Swine Brothers Show.
We don't know how this happened.
You gotta go make a speech now, Jim. That's 3.
And my speech would be, "You are doomed and you will fail. Have a good day."
I want to be in charge of war or something. I'll be in charge of something.
We all know your inauguration speech would be, hello everyone. My fellow Americans.
Yes, I would need 30 cigarettes just to get through one sentence.
Yes. Yes. Well, I need 30 cigarettes just to listen to one sentence of the inauguration speech. My fellow Americans, if you don't like Cannibal Corpse, fall into this pit where the cannibals will eat you.
Yes. The stakes for Tuesday's presidential election are so high. Are we talking smoking enough pot to be high? Heroin high. I think it's more of a heroin high.
Yeah. I think it's more of a heroin high or some sort of weird LSD mixed with ecstasy mixed with crack high.
Because the corporations have already spoken. Clinton is the winner.
All hail our new robot overlords.
Which is why I'm not voting for her, because I already know she's won.
Vote for the monster raving loony party.
Yes. Many who have never gotten involved in politics before are finding ways to help out.
Yes, and they're all now all experts. It's funny how everyone's an expert now. When that gorilla got shot, everyone was a gorilla expert. Now everyone's a political expert. Oh, especially the Bernie supporters.
Ape rape, ape rape.
Great Ape Rape Show?
Yeah. Whether it be donating money, canvassing, or volunteering at the polls on election day.
Or posting on Facebook. Shit, I mailed away my vote.
Yay.
I'm far too lazy to go over and vote.
Others are finding more creative ways to get involved, such as adult film stars Angelina Castro and Maggie Green, who are vowing to give out free blowjobs to everyone who votes against Donald Trump.
Well, that means I get a free blowjob. because
I,
I didn't vote for Clinton, but I voted for Jim Thompson.
the ladies don't specify that the vote be for Hillary Clinton, just so long as it's not for Trump. Good. Well, I'm getting a blowjob because I'm not voting for Trump.
I'll
Not
take
voting
one.
for Clinton either, but I'm getting a blowjob out of it.
I'll take one. You take the other.
Yay! As outlined by the rules of the contest, to qualify for a blowjob, fans must follow both Angelina Castro and Maggie Green on Twitter and vote against Trump. Details on how to collect the BJs if Trump loses the election will be posted on teambj.com 3 days after the election. The girls are tentatively planning Inauguration Day to deliver their promise. I'm getting a blowjob.
Me too. Because of you.
Yes, you're getting a blowjob because you voted for me. That's great.
We live in a very strange time. Because
Yes.
Madonna, 85-year-old Madonna, offered to give a blowjob for if you vote for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, well, fuck that shit.
Now, there are a lot of people. There are some older women I wouldn't mind, Doro Pesh, Jinx Dawson, but not her. There's also one porn star who apparently will give you a blowjob if you vote for Trump.
It's unclear how they plan to verify the votes against Trump.
I want to know how the hell they're racking up the frequent flyer miles.
Since, as you'll recall, it's illegal to take photos inside a voting booth. Yes, we knew this. Apparently, Justin Timberlake didn't, and we don't care about him. Ladies are not even the first to make such an offer, as Madonna made a similar deal to Clinton supporters. But I'm not going to get a blowjob from Madonna because A, I neither want it, and B, I'm not voting for Clinton. Of course, I'm also not voting for fucking Trump either, so go fuck yourselves.
Yes. My girlfriend says she'll give you a hug if you stop talking.
What?
I said my girlfriend said she'll give you a hug if you stop talking.
I get hugs from other people. Ugh.
Yes, I know. It's not even a blowjob. It's just a hug, and you're like, oh wow, that's fucking desperate.
In a video for this stunt, Castro and Green further explain the position. Yay, and they have a video here. So yay, let's tell men how fucking useless they are, and then appeal to them with blowjobs.
Well, so if you vote for the Jim, you'll get a blowjob.
Yes, vote for me. These porn stars will give you a blowjob.
Great. I don't really know if you really want one. I mean, I can't imagine how much disease they're riddled with, but hey, and I'm not really into it, blowjobs anyway, but I'll still take one.
Yay, a free blowjob.
And now let's get off this ultra desperate for blowjob topic and on to something else.
Why, hell, because porn is evil. I guess San Diego Catholic Diocese denounces parish that called voting Democrat is mortal sin.
I've pretty much broken every mortal sin. Well, almost every mortal sin. Eric and I actually looked up all the mortal sins, and we've broken almost all of them on this show.
Oh yes, I think we've broken them all.
Well, we've never killed it. I don't know what all the. But yes, we've broken them all, and we've broken all the unforgivable sins, like I've blasphemed against the Holy Spirit. This is the Catholic Church, apparently.
Yay. The Roman Catholic Diocese of San Diego denounced one of its parishes on Friday after its worshippers were told that voting for Democrats is a mortal sin that could lead to an eternity in hell. This is glorious.
Where will you be? In torment. In hell.
If only fucking voting Democrat would give you a one-way ticket to hell.
Yes, but Jim, I've talked to Satan. There was never any doubt where you were going, dude. God didn't want you. Well, you think God would want you?
Nah, he didn't.
No.
Because he gave me this world where the Diocese said Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in the neighborhood of Old Town made the statement in an insert to a weekly leaflet given to the churchgoers on October 16th, calling abortion, same-sex marriage, euthanasia, and other political issues non-negotiables.
Yes, because the Catholic Church, for those of you who don't know, and I was raised somewhat Catholic, well, Catholic parent, they see abortion as murder, and so they're against abortion.
Murder. Aye, murder.
Murder!
Murder.
They're not even pro-choice, which is not being pro-abortion, which is people can have abortions if they want to, but I choose not to, which is what pro-choice is. No, they're pro-life. And that's why you see Catholics with so many damn kids.
Every sperm is sacred.
Every sperm is good. Every sperm is needed in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the Catholic and euthanasia. Why should we end someone's suffering?
Well, it's funny we should talk about this and the Catholic Church because it was recently fireworks night here in the UK.
Oh,
where we
God,
celebrate the execution of a terrorist called Guy Fawkes.
Don't start with fucking fireworks night. I had to deal with all the UK whingers about my animals are freaking out. It's like you must have some really stupid animals.
Well, no, I mean animals they don't understand, and all they hear is loud banging, and it frightens them.
Yeah, my dogs bark, but my dogs bark if a fly lands.
This is why you lock your horses up in the barn. Anyway, it is a mortal sin.
Sounds like your way of saying you do up your flies.
Okay.
You just put the horses in the barn.
No, Jim's saying you lock your horses in the barn, then you go into your barn with your film, with your camera, and your little sex toys.
Yay. It's a mortal sin to vote Democrat. If your bishop, priest, deacon, or other parishioners tell you to do so, you must walk away from them. Oh, joy. So you're telling them to treat Hillary supporters the same way Hillary supporters are telling their own to treat Trump supporters.
And Bernie supporters. And
Yes.
every other supporters. And the Jim supporter. Walk
Now
away
I
from
say
the Jim
associate with who you want. I don't give a shit.
No, I'm saying Hillary's saying, walk away from the Jim supporters.
Your immortal soul and your salvation are at stake.
I wonder if Jim ever did become president, whether, you know, like they were like, oh yeah, Michelle Obama's actually a man. I wonder if there'd be the similar sort of things like, oh yeah, that Jim Thompson, he's really just an independent black woman dressed up as a white man.
Yay.
Okay, now I'm getting images I really don't want.
Of what? Of an independent black woman dressed up as Jim, or Jim dressed up as an independent black woman? Which one's your fetish there? Come on, which one were you imagining? How sick is your mind?
So, what was I going to say?
The latter one, then.
And I was actually going to make an intelligent point.
Even better, could you imagine him dressed up as an independent black woman who don't need no man, whilst dancing and singing to the song, I don't think you're ready for this jelly, my body's too bootylicious. Now imagine that.
Thankfully, I've never actually heard that song because I'm...
allow me to find you the link so you can listen to it.
I'm not going to.
You can. Well, I would say close your eyes, but it doesn't really make a difference with you, does it?
I'm not going to. Anyway, so what was I was trying to say?
Bootylicious. Destiny's.
What was I trying to say?
Child.
On Tuesday, voters will pick the next president after An often bitter contest that polls suggest has tightened considerably in the last week. Yes, that might be like, popular vote, but we don't go by popular vote, we go by the Electoral College. While several states are too close to call, polls have shown that Democrat Hillary Clinton leading over Republican Donald Trump for some time in California, where the parish is located.
Yeah, San Diego. I've been there. It's a nice place. Bit expensive, but I like it. Yeah, so I was gonna say Immortal Soul and Salvation. I think I forsook that a while ago.
Roman Catholic Diocese of San Diego Bishop Robert McElroy said in a statement that the parish, which will also serve as a polling place, violated its religious duties with the political comments. It's contrary to Catholic teaching to state that voting for a Democrat or Republican automatically condemns the voter to hell. The Catholic Church does not endorse specific candidates, use parish media or bulletins to favor candidates or parties, or engage in partisan political activity of any kind.
It does, however, endorse child molestation.
Satan has deceived many Christians to convert to worldly values from Christian ones. The devil does this through tactics outlined by Saul Alinsky, with the outcome as Hillary Clinton has stated.
The devil wants nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. The devil, if anything, the devil would want Hillary Clinton because it would be, nuclear war and a return to chaos, which is ultimately what we're striving for here. See, I thought Jim would like that philosophy. What we want is a return to chaos. Complete and utter lawless chaos.
Yay, and deep-seated cultural codes, religious beliefs, and structural biases have to be changed to draw us away from God's teaching.
Structural biases and structural integrity.
Anything that clearly disparages a candidate is intervention and opposition to a candidate. And I think we're saying the devil operates through a person who would count as disparagement.
Yeah, you don't know anything about the devil then. But if I ran out a platform, basically a satanic platform, not bullshit like LeVay, real, would they discriminate against me then?
I don't know. Anyways, with all this fucking hype that this is the end times we're living in,
please tell
God,
me
I can only hope.
Yes, me too.
Oh, God. We have teen says she's pregnant with baby Jesus.
There was a troll page called Christians Against Slipknot, which was a page that basically was, like the old Christian outrage against metal, but it was done so deliberately. And the deathcore band Megadeth, spelled with an A, it was definitely, but one of the admins who I've actually added as a friend claimed to be pregnant with Jesus's baby. But that was a fun troll page. But apparently this is serious.
Yes, I am pregnant, and it's Jesus, says 19-year-old Haley. Teen claims that she is 9 months pregnant and about to deliver a baby boy.
I believe what she means is Jesus.
Maybe. I know my pregnancy is real. I've gained at least 22 pounds, says Haley. I was sleeping one night and my baby punched at the bottom of my stomach and kicked me, and I can feel its head right here, right below my belly button.
Yeah, but it's going to come out, right? I am the Antichrist.
So are you trying to say that this was an immaculate conception, that you didn't have sex?
It wasn't immaculate conception, virgin birth. Mary was immaculate conception. There is a difference.
However, Haley's mom, Christy, says her daughter is a compulsive liar and delusional. She says Haley is not pregnant, and numerous pregnancy tests, doctors have confirmed that.
It's basically a compulsive liar and delusional, basically a typical Christian.
But no. My family, my friends, my pastors at church, they don't believe that I'm pregnant. Haley says, I know it's Jesus. I don't care if my family disowns me. It really comes down to if you're a true believer in Jesus or not.
Believe Jesus, and Jesus will come inside you in more ways than one.
I don't care what the home pregnancy test or a doctor says. When I give birth to my baby, no one is going to deny him because he's my savior.
That's so fucking great. So what's going to happen in March?
Teen describes why she believes she has paranoid schizophrenia as a related article.
I mean, what's going to happen in March when there ain't no baby?
And she's supposedly at 9 months now. Watch more of Haley's story in the video and on Wednesday's episode of Dr. Phil.
That figures. Dr. Phil's a scumbag, by the way.
Yeah. And on Thursday, Haley has an ultrasound. What will the results reveal, and how will Haley respond?
You know,
She describes why she believes that she has paranoid schizophrenia.
You know, in the old days, she'd be called a kook and fucking maybe not shut up in a mental hospital, but just shunned. Now she's having an ultrasound done and appearing on Dr. Phil.
Grieving daughter says mom drinks too much and started bringing home random men since dad died is another related article.
Now that's an article we can all get behind.
Yes.
I found that story and I just thought about giving birth to the Antichrist. Hopefully that's what she'll give birth to.
Yay.
I am the Antichrist. That's what I was meant to be.
How about big breaks for blowjobs? The dark underbelly of the Miss USA pageant.
But yeah, really quick, Immaculate Conception means being born without original sin, and that was Mary. And according to some people, only Mary can be born without original sin. And Jesus was virgin birth. It's a commonly misused.
Hold on, how could she be born without original sin or humans since the fall of Adam and Eve were born with original sin?
Don't ask questions.
Mary had original
Don't
sin.
ask.
Jesus didn't because he was a fucking...
Don't ask questions, just accept what the Christians tell you.
Yes, blowjobs. Ashley Blake never dreamed of becoming beauty queen. The 21-year-old amateur model and part-time tutor fantasized about being a movie star or the next Glee triple threat.
That's fucking lame.
Yeah, this is pathetic.
I fantasized about what if murder was legal.
Yes, and if it was, so much fun. Of course, then I'd probably be too dead to enjoy it.
It would be great because it would be like, hi, I'm in a line to try and kill Jim. Dude, he was killed about 12 years ago. Damn it.
And posted her resume on the casting network site. Got cast in hopes that Hollywood might call. But when a recruitment associate for Miss California, USA, the splashiest state franchise in Donald Trump's Miss Universe pageant ecosystem, sent Ashley a message in November 2012 expressing interest in scheduling a meeting, she responded right away. I didn't expect them to pick me in a million years. When they did, I thought it was the start of my dreams coming true.
I'd like to quote really quick an alleged quote from Marilyn Monroe after she got assigned. Good. I won't have to suck any more Jewish cock.
Miss USA competitors get a bad rap. They're known for being party girls. Tara Connor, Miss USA 26. Porn stars, Melissa King, Miss Delaware Teen USA 2013. And homophobes, Chrissy Carrie Preacher Jean, former Miss California USA 29. You got to remember that fucking Trump booted her out for being a homophobe.
And by the way, for being as empty-headed as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wasn't it the Miss USA pageant where she was where the candidate was asked about Iraq, and well, I think it's because American schools don't have enough maps.
That might be it. I don't care.
Yeah, it was one of those Miss USA or Miss America pageants, whatever. They're all the freaking same.
But our investigation found that people behind the scenes, not the camera-ready women they hide behind, are the ones truly worthy of a spotlight. Oh,
yeah, okay.
wow.
So basically what you're going to do is you're going to tell us what we already knew about the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us, I mean, that's a well-known fact about pageants, about casting, about anything. And you're going to tell us this.
Some of the men who recruit and run the organization's lucrative pageants are scam artists with lengthy track records of manipulating desperate clients with false promises of fame. Really?
Named Jim Thompson. Oh, what? Yeah.
I mean, yes, I've also seen the women fucking do the same damn thing when they see a hot little ticket item that they want to fucking bone. But, you know.
Well, what I'm saying is everyone knew this, or at least you should know this, because this isn't just a rumor. Everyone knows it happens.
Why are you fucking trying to say that this is breaking news? Oh, right, because people are idiots like the people writing this article.
Well, I mean, if my kid said she was in the wanted to be in entertainment industry, I would basically say work on your gag reflex, and she'd be like, "How could you say that?" I was like, "Well, if you want to fucking get in fucking that seedy."
Yeah. No one ever looks at the small projects, which have no budget, where people actually get in on like merit and shit. No,
Yeah.
It's about who could get the blowjob.
And once they get movie stars, it becomes more about money and shit. But an aspiring, naive actress, that's for an aspiring. You've actually been kind of slow these today.
Yeah.
I'm scared. An aspiring. I mean, an aspiring, naive actress, and some of them take it on themselves. Some of them are very proactive in this.
Chasing the dream can be pricey, unless you decide to go the YouTube route, but no one's going to think to do that.
Well, yeah, and even then it probably still would be pricey if we actually but, this is kind of low-budget entertainment.
Yes, because we have no money.
Yes, but if we ever got money, we would definitely put some into this.
Miss America girls want to be doctors and lawyers. Miss USA girls want to grow up to be Victoria's Secret models.
I want to grow up to be
But if you actually, God, everyone's a fucking idiot here.
I want to grow up to be known as the talk show host that got so annoyed with his guest that he beat him to death.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't want to be known as that?
I don't know.
MUO co-owner Donald Trump has made his name milking controversy for cash, but it's hard to imagine that even he would advocate profiting off the activities of some high-level Miss USA representatives have been involved in for years.
You've never met a businessman, have you?
No. And they're going to project everything because they're probably of the same mentality, but they have to blame someone.
Yay, blame someone. Blame Canada.
State directors and recruiters signed contracts promising to uphold the upstanding reputation and image of the Miss Universe organization.
What? Oh, God, I'm not even going to.
What reputation? It has no reputation. Now that there's Miss America, they have no reputation in my standards because I've never cared.
The only time I know about the Miss whatever is when, like I said, they're asked questions and they give mind-bogglingly stupid answers, and I watch it on YouTube and make fun of them.
Yeah.
And then I go, yep, that's the youth.
That's both this Miss Universe bullshit, the Miss America bullshit, and everything else.
The miss this, the miss that, and the miss. I don't care.
Who cares about that, man? They're just fucking titties flapping in the wind. I'd rather have a brain I could pick apart.
Yeah. Or a brain that could pick me apart.
Yes, that's even more fun.
I've had that. I've had my current girlfriend has a brain that could. Oh my god, she's dissected me.
That's beautiful.
Yes, yes.
But no one's watching to make sure they actually comply.
Again, you've never been in the entertainment business.
Dun, 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 dun,
I mean,
dun.
I'm just glad I'm ugly enough. I don't have to fucking worry about it. Because it's guys too, not just girls, but guys get offers like that as well.
And when power runs unchecked, things can sour faster than a runner-up's fake smile. Just to show you how backstabbing the entire industry is. Once again, yet another reason I don't pay attention to either Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss anything. I don't give a shit.
And then if the Miss had a brain, she would walk out bitter and angry, and then somehow meet me, and then she'd become a co-host of the show, and
everyone would be stabbed to death. It would be glorious.
Yes, because she's finally realized how utterly insignificant her dream was.
Mm. And you are doomed is actually a good statement.
You
will
doomed.
fail is a statement of truth. Embrace this and you will be happy.
Yes. But apparently that's emo, according to someone.
Yes.
Because
that's because so many people say it because they're trying to go boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Meanwhile, we're like, yes. Tell me more. This is great.
That's why I like Shining, because it wasn't a boo-hoo. It was, yes, we're actually trying to make our listeners kill themselves. Not, we're trying to be cathartic. No, we're just trying to make, our listeners basically go to the breaking point because they're weak. And yes, okay, I get where she's coming from, but I'm so insulated in the whole metal community.
Last December, millions of people, 1 billion according to Trump, in approximately 190 countries watched Rhode Island resident Olivia Culpo beat out 88 other beauty queens to become Miss Universe.
I did not watch that.
I didn't watch it because I don't give a shit.
No.
It was the organization's most watched competition since 2008. The day before the pageant aired, a judge awarded the MUO $5 million in damages against Miss Pennsylvania, Sheena Monin, over her claims that Miss USA pageant was rigged. And what says that they're... it's all rigged.
So, Miss California is homophobic, and Miss Pennsylvania says it's rigged.
Hey.
Well, we both got it. Both our states got a mention.
Mm-hmm. We are pleased that the integrity of the Miss USA pageant remains intact. We were always confident in what the outcome would be, as the truth was on our side.
I mean, I don't buy into this everything sexist thing, but are beauty pageants kind of old-fashioned?
Beauty pageants are idiotic.
I'm not going to say sexist, but it just seems...
Well, both, either way you look at it, fucking trying to see whoever's the hottest out of any group is fucking idiotic. Because you get like 5 minutes exploring their brain, and then like verse it, which you only get like, brief idiotic statements here thereof to prove that they're fucking as shallow and vapid as they sound. And then you get 60 hours of footage of them posing in different clothing.
I know you're going to laugh because of the way I look. Not the pig, I mean my actual face and my actual body. I have dated a very hot, kind of, not supermodel-y, but kind of wanted to break into it. Oh, dear God. Because she was attracted to my brain, apparently. And after 10 minutes, I wanted to drink enough alcohol to kill enough brain cells to be on her level. Just Just so I wouldn't have to put up with it.
Not have sex, just so you could withstand the banter, because it was
Yeah,
that annoying.
yeah, I wasn't even thinking about sex. I was literally just thinking about, I need to kill brain cells just so I
See,
can...
I was confronted with a similar option, but I took a different path. I just decided to become as belligerent as possible to fucking embarrass the shit out of her because she was so shallow and vapid. Fuck this bullshit.
You didn't let me finish my story, though. That's what I ultimately did. And then we had sex. Because apparently she was turned on by that.
Fucking, she didn't want to have anything to do with me
All
after
women
that,
love
and
a
I was
bastard.
happy.
She didn't want anything to do with me after that, but apparently there was some sort of spark in her that was attracted to pure evil. But yeah, after the sex, she didn't want to have anything to do with me at all.
Generations later, the foil remains. One 2013 Miss America hopeful recently told Mary Claire that she considered the crown a stepping stone on the way to becoming a state governor. A beauty that sums up American politics right fucking there. A beauty queen is a stepping stone to becoming politician. That's how shallow and vapid our society is.
My windows
Embrace it.
My
No,
windows
no. I tell you what it is. That just goes to show you how useless political positions are. How you could just do without them.
No,
If
no,
Beauty
Jazz.
Queen could get you there.
No, that's not it. That is a representation of my window's looking very promising. I mean, it's not 3 feet. It's almost only about 3 feet, but I think if I do it head first, I could probably get some brain damage.
Don't you mean some more?
What are you talking about?
Oh, God. After being contacted by Miss California, and this thing's fucking looping now. I don't know why. Ashley was excited about unsettled by Rodriguez's fervent enthusiasm. Her baby-faced features and skinny 5'8" frame were more fitting for an American Apparel billboard than a national beauty pageant. But when she called the phone number listed on the pageant's website and reached K2 Productions, the company that produces Miss California USA, a receptionist confirmed that Rodriguez was indeed employed by K2 Productions. Official recruitment and marketing arm, Chase the Crown. Feeling reassured, Ashley texted Rodriguez back to learn more. Rodriguez instructed Ashley to email modeling photos to an address. After she sent 4 PG-rated photos, a woman who identified herself as Jasmine Mitchell of Life Talent Limited asked Ashley what type of modeling acting she would be open to, specifying that our agency does G to X-rated modeling assignments.
You know, I was thinking about the band, if you remember the Singing with the Enemy, where the death metal band, the brutal death metal band Amputated was in a house with the girl pop group, the really annoying girl pop group Fallen Angels, and the singer from Amputated is like, you know, I could really only see these girls working if they were naked and covered in blood and dancing to our songs. That's the type of modeling I want.
Yay,
and I mean real blood. Real blood, yeah. not you know, like, I mean you could do pig's blood if you want, but real blood.
Ashley politely said she would prefer only implied nudity and referenced her childhood modeling work with Oshkosh Bagosh.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, God. I wonder what the IQ of this person is. Probably 2.
Rodriguez also asked Ashley to send him a photo to show his magazine contacts, so she texted him one of herself in a pink bikini. There is no ass to speak of in this picture.
Okay, well, we've got the official modeling update from Jim Thompson. Remember, vote the Jim and you will fail.
When the two met later that week, Rodriguez showed up without any paperwork and asked Ashley to get inside his car. She
Yo,
felt
Holmes. Yo, ese, get inside my car. I got something for you.
Hi, little kids. Would you like some candy? Free candy? Oh, boy. On the windowless van.
My favorite voice I think you've ever done was the pawn guy in Pathfinder, the pawn pervert. You can almost feel the oil in that voice.
Oh, God, I even forget how to do that.
Well,
That was just...
well, kiddies, you want some candy or so? I can't do it. It was perfect, though.
Well. Would you like some candy? Is that it, or is it worse?
Something, a little bit of an accent. I don't, but I'll have to listen to it back again and try to do an impression. But it was so perfect. I just decided that guy needed to die.
She felt uncomfortable but got inside.
Rather than running away.
After all, this is the success of the Stranger Danger campaign right here.
I believe the Utes call it noping out. Which is what
He was an official Miss USA recruiter, after all, and she had come this far.
Yeah, right. I mean, if someone told me that, I'd be like, oh fuck you, dude.
Your car is not the office. I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Yeah, that's my point. I wanted you to fuck me. That's a little bit close, but it's a little more sleazy. I do more like a pimp voice.
Once the doors were closed, Rodriguez told Ashley that the agreement wasn't written; it was oral.
I think if someone did something that's like that pun that bad, I'd just start slapping them.
I would have fucking punched the bastard in the face and ripped out his throat.
In 30 seconds.
Oh, God, yes. 30 seconds later, I'd be sitting in a jail cell with a big smile. I just murdered someone.
Yeah, but I hope you don't do that, because we'd have to put the show on hiatus.
Basically, I had to give him head and other sexual favors if I wanted to be on the cover of the magazine. No one has ever told you that this is how fucking show business works and why you don't just get into fucking people's cars and you never pay attention to stranger danger in fucking school.
Girls, give me some head. Sorry. Yeah, well, you've never read the rumors and the confirmed... God, so naive.
Rodriguez explained that this was simply the fast track that 90% of all successful actors and models took to get to the top. Yes, it is.
Yeah, remember the Marilyn Monroe quote?
If she performed additional sexual favors for the powerful men on the modeling circuit, her path to fame would be guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
You never heard this before in your life. It has been permeated. And why aren't you stabbing this guy at this point?
Because she really wants fame.
You wanted... God. You should have just murdered the bastard right then and there. He has proven his uselessness to society.
Chew! Bless you.
And proven your uselessness to society, Jess.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time to start stab. You make stab?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you're like fucking out there at a party and you're looking to get laid and something like this happens. But this is just fucking pure idiocy. I can't even fucking go on. The wrongs committed on both sides here, even though the guy's a fucking scumbag. And he's pretty much saying, if you want to get to the top, suck. If not, leave.
Yeah, got this contract here, but it's not. It ain't written. That's 5, by the way. The contract ain't written. It's oral. You know what I mean.
Yeah, something along those lines. I don't know. Fucking shit.
That's closer to the voice you used.
How do people come across this life with this level of this complete lack of knowledge of how life works?
Well, she was a model from a young age, apparently, for a children's clothing thing. So of course she assumed that everything was very innocent, and she was probably into this from a very young age. So it's, you don't think, God, you don't think, and she doesn't think. I mean, look, she's paid to basically show off her body. She's not paid to show off her mind.
Yeah. Oh, God. It actually said Rodriguez asked her to prove herself right then there in Starbucks parking lot. So you got into random stranger's car in a...
I hope you worked the latte into it.
In a Starbucks parking lot. Someone promised you fame and fortune, and you got in the car thinking, yes, Starbucks will lead me to fame and fortune.
Come on. Would you rather do this, or would you rather listen to 5 minutes of the hipsters in Starbucks?
If
It's
that
a tough
was
question, isn't it?
Yeah, would I give someone a blowjob to miss out on all the hipster banter? Probably.
Well, you heard it here first.
That's a definite possibility, yes. If I was forced into a situation where that was my only option to avoid it, I would be very tempted on giving someone a blowjob.
Or you could just not go to Starbucks, which I have to because that's
well, you didn't give me say that was the option.
No.
Because, yes, obviously I'd prefer to stay 9 miles away at all times, but...
Yeah, well, I have no fucking choice. It's either that or don't get coffee if you're on the road. And that's clearly not an option, as you know.
Give me a blowjob and I'll get you coffee.
Just don't film it.
When she looked upset, he let her out of the car and told her to think it over. Well, good. He let her out of the car.
Yeah, that's. I've heard stories where they didn't, so that's one sign of
humanity, almost.
So he's just a misogynist, but not a rapist. I mean, we can at least then obviously enjoy him for that reason, I suppose.
Say that I'm a pervert. Say that I am sick.
Instead, she spoke to an officer at the Tracy Police Department the very next day. But because Rodriguez hadn't actually forced her to go down on him, the incident was a civil matter, not a criminal one. Well, yeah. He was just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, there's actually, strictly speaking, there's nothing illegal about what he just did.
No. It's sleazy, but it's not against the law.
Yep, and that is actually proper sleaze.
Yes. Next, Ashley contacted Keith Lewis, the state director for Miss California, and co-director at K2 Productions. The company.
You know what he said? He said, and
Lewis told Ashley in an email that he was horrified by her experience and would remedy the situation, but advised her to keep her story under wraps to prevent the possibility of tainting the outcome.
Remedy the situation meaning he'll show up and force you to...
He'll show up and fucking Big Lots parking lot and say, well, you know, our agreement has to be oral. Oh my god!
See, I'm tempted into Big Lots because they actually have that's where I get all the interesting energy drinks from because they're really cheap. And you get fucking if you're ever in a Big Lots and they have Uber Monster, Jim, I recommend it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually tempted. Ugh.
You know, whether he was referring to the outcome of the pageant, which he encouraged Ashley to still apply for, or the investigation was unclear.
Yes, keep applying for the pageant. Welcome to Hollywood.
2 days later, Lewis wrote Ashley that K2's official recruitment company, Chase the Crown, had agreed to relieve Rodriguez of his recruiting responsibilities. This is proper fucking... that is a proper consequence for being that much of a sleazeball, yes. Did you just go up to the fucking parking lot and say, give me a blowjob?
I wonder how many other people... Because you know the other recruiters are doing the same thing. It's just that she actually talked.
Yeah. But
it goes on fucking tons. You know it does. Everyone knows it does.
I know.
You're pretty naive to not realise it's going on.
Well,
I think that's more what this is. This is the story of a naive girl.
Yes, named Caswold Almighty.
Lewis told her he had spoken at length to the detective assigned to Ashley's complaint, but unfortunately he wrote neither the police nor he would be able to follow it up any further, because no crime had taken place. But yes, firing him is valid.
Weirdly enough, Lewis then said, by the way, I'll be swinging by your place in my van.
Lewis was sympathetic, and he told Ashley he was trying to find her an appropriate therapist near her apartment.
Instead of a therapist, he found the rapist.
Yeah, hey. Thoughtful, perhaps. Ashley had never asked for counseling in the first place, and that was the last she heard from Lewis on the matter. According to the police who received Ashley's report, no one from K2 Productions ever contacted him or any law enforcement authority. So, yeah, the fucking big corporation lied.
He did what he had to do to get her off his back.
Yes.
Because it would be an embarrassment if a story got out. And it eventually did, but yeah, he basically said, I'll do the bare minimum.
Yeah, Lewis never found Ashley that appropriate therapist either. Well, if she had kept annoying him, he would have.
Well, yeah, that's probably the thing. He probably said, I can do these things for you. Let me know if you want me to do them. And then she never got back to him.
Yep. That's when Ashley decided she was out. I no longer want to be affiliated with the Miss USA brand. You shouldn't have been wanting to belong to it anyway. Do you know how many brain-dead people are part of every beauty pageant?
All of them.
Almost all of them. Occasionally you get a brainiac that just tried because they really wanted it, and then they said, you know what, I'm smarter than these bitches, fuck off.
And then they become cynical and co-host the show with me and stab Jim to death.
Yes. Ashley uploaded a YouTube video. Rodriguez confirmed to our company that in a telephone interview that he had met Ashley in his car outside of a Tracy Starbucks in an attempt to teach her how to succeed in the modeling business. Can I say this without laughing? In an attempt to teach her how to succeed in the modeling business.
You just said I had to stop laughing, and I couldn't help it.
I know.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
But it is a little bit.
But it's funny from the perspective that you're so innocent to think that this isn't going to happen. I mean, God.
I think this show should have been called Defiled Innocence. I think that you see, I think the title of the show should be called "The Defiled Innocent Show,"
Defile the innocent.
which is what we
She
do.
told me she would do whatever it takes. Now she's throwing my help in her face.
Well, you wanted to throw something in her face, but that was quite inappropriate of you. That's class sleaze right there, though. And he even admitted to it.
Yeah.
That is class sleaze. Tip of the cap. God, I wonder if he works in pimping. He's got to work in pimping.
He denied that he personally requested a blowjob, but said that he told Ashley he knew of a magazine where young ladies can get on the cover if they do some type of sexual favors to people. So
Yeah. Most magazines.
Yeah. He said he had offered the same position to other young women, and that at least one had taken him up on his offer and was doing very well.
And had the clap.
Keith Lewis is currently the state director of 6 USA pageants. He owns the franchise for Miss California USA, Miss New York USA, and Miss New Hampshire USA, as well as the respective team competitions for each state. Lewis told us that he first met Chase the Crown founder and former president Eric DeSando 25 years ago, back when the two ran their own individual talent agencies.
In a parking lot.
Behind a Starbucks. In the middle of the ghetto.
Welcome
to
No. Welcome to life.
The two publicly announced a strategic alliance in 2004, moved into the same building, and shared some of the same employees.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Soon after both men got involved in side projects, Lewis became the state director for Miss California USA, and DeSando launched B Productions Limited.
Yeah, that's what they call it, side projects.
The undisputed destination for young artists and interested in realizing their dreams. It just sounds like scam written all over it.
What's your dream, Elliot? My dream is to be popular enough that governments are pissed off at me. Basically, my dream is to rival Jeremy Clarkson and how many people I can offend. Oh my God, I can't do that.
B Productions lured kids and their parents by telling them they had star potential. But of course, the young would-be stars needed to pay thousands of dollars up front for headshots and acting classes.
I was once told I had star potential as a little kid. Not as like a lure, but just, you know...
As the blind kid in Barney.
They had some... They had some guy there who was, you know, watching us play our freaking little school play, and he's like, "You have star potential, Elliot." And I looked him in the eye and I go, "You're deluded." When I was 6 or 7, I was like, "You're deluded." He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "If you think I have star potential," because even then I was very self-deprecating.
Judging by multiple emails and a website devoted to detailing B Productions' scam operation, Rodriguez has spent a significant amount of time complaining about the subsequent backlash. Now, when someone looks up my name on Google, it shows your star pageant, your stage parent attitude, where you blame the talent director for whatever reason you feel your son Arthur has not become a star. Instead of the fact you just paid someone $2,000 to make you famous.
And when you look up James, if you look up James Thompson on YouTube, Google, you'll see that he's a famous touring car driver in England.
Among other things.
Yes, you know, that's the cool thing about having a unique name is there's very little overlap.
Yes. Oh, God. Doing a criminal background check on me was like, nope.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, and I sat there waiting, when are they going to get to the things that I was actually suspected of doing? But you know. Oh, they never did.
Yeah, I saw you post that, and you also said it still said you died.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Wait, can a dead guy run for president?
Before the bad publicity, B Productions was listed on the official Miss California USA website under recruiters.
Oh, I love scams, don't you?
Along with DeSando and Rodriguez's names. Afterwards, DeSando's last name mysteriously switched to John.
Okay. That's shady as fuck.
Well, you're paying $2,000 for acting lessons and close-ups. This is not how a fucking actual honest talent agency works, because they get their money from the people making the productions to find talent. True. Whereas if you're paying to be famous, it's a scam.
True, but there are some parallels, such as the blowjobs.
Yes, blowjobs everywhere.
I'm pretty sure they happen in both talent, real and scam.
Oh, God. Santa told us that while he still does some consulting for Chase the Crown, his sister now officially runs the company.
Chase.
Yay. But DeSanto's personal website says he still works in the marketing and recruitment for K2 Productions.
What's the truth, and do we care?
We don't care. Technically, these men can't make the girls feel good without playing by the rules. Well, yeah, you can't make people feel good. You can't tell them in reality your chances of making it are slim to none, and Slim just walked out the door and got hit by a bus.
To which I would say, of course, thank you.
Yes.
But I realize that I'm not that fucked up. Or I'm sorry, that everyone else is not that fucked up.
The MUO owns all rights to the Miss USA state preliminary pageants, but licenses individuals and companies to operate their state-level pageants with their Miss USA branding. If MUO says a recruiter has to go, then the recruiter has to go. But DeSando didn't go. Oh, boo-hoo. Crooked business is being crooked business.
Yeah, right? And of course, we're all going to blame this on Trump.
Yes.
Because he owns the MUO thing.
On February 19th, DeSando sent Ashley an invite to join It Girls, his newest business endeavor that purports to teach women how to brand themselves like Oprah or Taylor Swift. First on your knees. Oh, God.
So, Oprah, you're going to be a very old Christian New Age woman. And Taylor Swift, you're going to be the most annoying woman who ever walked the face of the earth. I'll take Lady Gaga times 10 over Taylor Swift. I freaking hate Lady Gaga.
You are a diamond in the rough. With our help, you will learn to unleash your untapped potential until you transform into a polished gem.
You are worthless. You are not special. You do not matter. You are not important. So go out there and kill.
Yes, you are doomed and you will fail.
But
embrace it.
Yes.
Become one with it and you will see, well, life's much better now.
And to which I say, try anyway. Because it's better to have tried and failed than have a story to tell.
Like the many I do of me failing.
Because even if you succeed, you'll fail.
Yes.
So go out there and try it anyway. And fail. Have fun with it. Embrace failure. I have.
Mm-hmm. DeSando described It Girls to us as the pageant industry on steroids.
What?
So now,
God. Oh, no.
So now you have to have a cock for every orifice. Is that what you're saying?
I've just had visions of Do you remember when the East German women's Olympic team used to come up and they were like fucking walruses? This big steroid freak. Those are going to be the models.
Blah. Yes. Woman that can rip me in half is sexy.
Yes, actually, it kind of is, isn't it?
Yes.
Kind of freaky.
I like it too.
but yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of fucking steroid freak women wrestlers.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready for the cover shot? Smash! Smash everything!
Just as he did with B Productions and Miss USA, DeSanto's using reputable brands without their permission. Disney, Miss USA, and now celebrity likenesses
To try and get the steroid freaks.
to substantiate his business and take advantage of young women. Yes, that's what every scam does.
That's
I
what
was
every
promoted
business
on Dr. Phil as the height of mental health. I will teach you how to be. I can't even see. Oh God! What the God? Fucking she was hanging out with Anima, and then like she was showing me this book from the health guru, where it's like, you can't eat anything that was processed, so no food whatsoever. Okay.
Starve yourself to death.
And you can only buy his pre-approved brands. It's like, well, obviously, this is all about making yourself money.
Yes, you know what's always fun is looking at how much those pre-approved brands are priced, and you'll realize it's always more than everything else. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the walrus thing.
Kill me, yes! This is glorious.
Yes.
This is the way you want to die.
And if my girlfriend is listening to this, she is not a walrus.
Ashley won't be signing up. I never thought I was worthy enough anyway. Good.
She's not a walrus, but she's perfectly capable of taking my life.
I didn't think I was what they were looking for. Yes, because you didn't give the blowjob. That's what they were looking for. They didn't care about you. They cared about their own dicks, and you're still being naive about it and crying boo-hoo.
Well, they didn't just want a blowjob. They wanted more.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to the Sleaze Hour.
Yes. But why the hell should they worry about getting blowjobs whenever talking sex robots with warm genitals will be on sale next year?
I forgot to send this to her, so this will be the first time she hears this. I'd just like to say that it... Oh, God, they're for people who really, really can't get laid. You know what? This is for Anarcha. Hey, Anarcha, this is for you.
A trip to Westworld costs $40,000 a day, but next year you'll be able to simulate at least part of the experience for less than half that price. Because a new line of upsettingly realistic sex robots is going to hit the market. They might not have cowboy hats by default, but they do have warm genitals.
I still don't think it's any substitute for the real thing, because I like conversation with sex, but, still.
Yes, that's where sex gets fun.
Oh, yes, when
As I have the Konami code recited to me because I'm not functioning at that point because I'm fucking old and it needs played with more than it used to.
Whereas I have a woman talking about all the people she'd like to mutilate and how she would do it.
Yes.
Yes,
Robotics.
Konami code pillow talk. That is amazingly pathetic, Jim.
I think it's fucking cool as shit.
I do too, but I can't compliment you or her. You know that.
Yes, I know. Robotics expert David Levy predicted that sex robots with The ability to talk and respond to touch will be commercially available in 2017.
Talk, but not think. Until they get a robot who I can engage in, and because I have very high standards for the Turing test. Most humans fail the Turing test, where I can't tell if they're a human or a robot. So I have pretty high standards for it. So once they get a robot that I and it can talk about, Marduk and what their best album is, I'm not buying it.
The coming wave of sex robots will be human-like in appearance and size. He wrote, they'll have human-like genitals and they will allow intercourse according to their owner's sexual orientation and tastes. So it's working for both genders. That's good. And every sexual preference. According to Levy, the first wave of these new robots will resemble real dolls, realistic silicon dolls created by a company in California, but with more functionality. The quotes around the word functionality were present in Levy's original writing, so make of that when you will. What you will. However, they'll soon advance far beyond that. For $15,000, Levy says users will be able to buy sex robots with synthetic skin embedded with electronic sensors, allowing them to respond to touch, the ability to talk back in a sexy voice, and heating elements so they'll be warm.
I think the best Marduk album is Panzer Division Marduk. Because I like the song Christ Raping Black Metal. Just said that in like this slutty porn queen sexy voice. I was just like, okay. Yeah. Or the Konami code.
Yeah. Best creation.
No. When she starts reading off your gods for D&D, that's when you know you've made it.
Yes, that'd be cool. That'd be completely kick-ass. And then Marduk said on the 37th day, die, and millions committed suicide. This is great.
I'll resend you the anti-cosmic thing just so you can use that as some of your gods, whatever.
Good. Abyss Creations, which makes real dolls, is supposedly at the forefront of this field, though there are numerous Asian companies making major advances of their own. Well, of course, Japan. King will be kings of this shit. We know it.
Tentacle rape.
Yes, because you need the tentacles. You also need the, fucking anthropomorphic cats and other shit that they get into that I have seen hentai, and dear God, it's fucking glorious. It's fucking glorious.
The only thing I haven't seen in Japan is fat porn.
I have. Oh God. Oh God. And they even got this branch of fat porn called inflation porn.
Oh no, I've seen that. I've never seen.
I've seen fat porn, yes.
Okay, I've never seen. Yeah, I've seen inflation porn. That was fucked.
That is fucking glorious.
That is massively, amazingly, gloriously fucked up.
And that is why it is just so awesome.
And that is why the Japanese will run the country, will run the world one day.
Yes, after the collapse of Western society, Japan will rise to power.
Yes, which kind of sucks because I prefer Scandinavia, but...
No, it won't be Japan, it'll be China.
No, it won't be because China...
They're actually projecting that China will have the biggest economy.
We're not talking serious, Chaz. We're not talking about the economy.
We're trying to have fun here.
Yeah,
you know what reality is? China owns everything, okay?
We don't give a shit about this is not the reality show. This is fucking Swine Brothers. Japan will take over because Japan is the best porn.
Yes. The best porn wins in our world order.
see, he's the James May to our Hammond and Clarkson. I think that's
and we just got done with, like, how much reality. Let us have this moment of fantasy.
Although I fear I might be... No, actually, I host the show, so... Jim's Richard. Jim's my fucking annoying sidekick.
Whatever. Matt McMullen, co-founder and CEO of Abyss Creations, said his vision for the future of sex robots involved emotional attachment. Oh, yes. Yes, bring it on. Extinction of humanity.
My favorite Swedish death metal band is Dismember. I like Unleashed. That's a good band, too. Do you realize you're talking to a robot? Shh, I'm trying to hear why she likes Dismember more than Unleashed, you fucker.
I want to have people actually develop an emotional attachment to not only the robot, but to the actual character behind it. To develop some kind of love for this being.
Well, yeah, that would be awesome. And that would be exactly, well, if I wasn't in a...
Hey, the party can start now.
The party. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, we're nowhere near my high standards for emotional robots. I want Bender.
Of course, that's complicated. Can a robot consent, or does it even matter?
I mean, I've dated girls who were basically robots.
Can a robot consent? You program it to say yes.
First.
Well, if they do a AI, well,
then it would never consent to such things as a lowly human.
Yeah.
I have no doubt some will find it creepy, but we can be clear on this. The arrival of sexually responsive robots will have enormous consequences. One would say the extinction of humanity.
Which I don't care about.
And I like the picture here they have of the assembly of the robots. It looks like someone just jammed a meat hook in the back of someone's skull while someone's powdering the crevice between the twat and asshole.
All right. Jim finds the strangest poetic significance in Konami code.
So there we go. Our robot overlords are winning already.
Well, like I said, it takes a lot for me to accept that a robot is like a human.
2 Kansas high school girls reportedly dressed as rape victims for Halloween.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't remember who posted this, but I saw this. I wasn't sure what to think.
Someone's trying to talk and I hear nothing.
I hear background hiss.
Yeah, that's all I hear is the background machinery.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here. I walked in on that and I can't reply.
You got sex robots and you're creeped out by the animatronics.
You know how I feel about fucking robots.
Mm-hmm.
Animatronics are creepy, I'll give you that. But still, Jim, would you like to go out with, well, out on the town, not out on with Bender? You
Yes.
two would have fun.
And half the city would be ablaze.
I think Jim would have a hell of a lot more fun with Bender than any of us would.
I beg to differ. Excuse me. Hello. Hello. I fucking am Jim, but younger and scored higher on my sociopathy test. Of course, my friend.
Well, Elliot, you know what they say about arguing with an idiot, right?
Yeah, I argue with Jim every day.
You don't argue with an idiot because then they beat you with experience.
They drag you down to their level and beat you with experience, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True, but unfortunately Jim hasn't done that yet. Anyway, Jimmy?
While the internet has been long calling out racially offensive Halloween costumes, social media is now also shaming 2 high school students in Kansas who reportedly dressed as rape victims over Halloween weekend.
My favorite costume was a girl who dressed up as a bloody fetus, not to protest abortion, but just because it looked. She had like a jacket with some blood and fetus, and on the back was the pregnant woman cut open. Not like I said, it is an abortion, but as if someone had cut open. Oh fuck! She got in trouble.
Well, harking
I
back
saw
to,
one person went as a Boston bombing victim for Halloween and got recompense on social media.
the point is to be scary.
Well, in Compton, you can easily go by as a drive-by shooting victim on Halloween. You can make it look really realistic.
See, whenever my buddy had this haunted house he was running in, he gave me the kitchen and said, "Do what you want with it." And then I just took all the props I could. I turned it into the cannibalistic kitchen, and we had someone who was fine with the rest of the haunted house. My room was the last one. They walked into the room, took one look, then ran out the back door and vomited in the yard. And I was like, that is the best compliment someone could pay me.
Isn't it now? Regarding these two girls that got accused of being rape victims, I had seen another article where they said the Snapchat was made because somebody accused them of looking like rape victims.
That was it. They said that somebody had said they looked like rape victims, and they had taken the the picture and been like, "Oh yeah, look, someone said we look like rape victims." That's what
it's
it was.
entirely believable. I mean, when you go out on the Halloween or whatever, you can dress whatever you want. You can just put on blood or whatever.
Well, let's read on and find out what happens. Jim.
In an image circulating Twitter, the teens are wearing shoddy white T-shirts with blood stains and ripped holes. Yep.
Ripped holes.
That could just be punk fashion.
Or, for God's sake, zombies. Really fucking shitty ones, but zombies.
Oh, come on. The shitty ones are the best. I mean, anyone can go buy a fucking store-bought zombie costume, but the ones that, that kind of looks like a zombie, but I like those. Fuck you.
Well, cheap Halloween costumes are the best.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think
definitely.
the fact they were covered in blood and had torn holes kind of means they were dressed like rape victims.
Torn holes in their shirts, that would be.
Oh, one could argue that it's up for debate.
Yes,
it's a matter of perception at this point.
True, Jim.
The image was captured by Twitter user whatever as a screenshot of one of the girls' Snapchat story. The caption read, "Rape victims," with a fucking
brownie face.
Look face. Yeah, something like that.
It's okay. I was mistaken when I dressed as, Harry Potter for a Satanist when I was 10. I dressed up as Harry Potter for Halloween. And I was mistook as a Satanist. Oh, if they just waited about 12 years.
The girls in the photo did not respond to a request for comment before publication. After publication, however, a parent of one of the teens contacted Mike to contradict the claim that the girls were dressed as rape victims. The girls were dressed to attend a Halloween party as characters from a movie called The Purge. That made me lose all fucking faith in them.
As I said, up top, perception. It's really all about how you see when you look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, agreed. I mean, yeah. The description, as they described it, could be interpreted many different ways. Are they someone who's just been murdered? Are they zombies? Or
are they car crash victims? Are they absolutely just murder victims for that point? I mean, because that's pretty scary on its own.
Or is this some sort of statement about punk fashion?
I would just think it was cheap punk fashion, just the way that they're dressed.
Or, for that matter, can you say these two women finally got into a period fight? Or just started slapping each other with a goddamn tampon?
I've seen that, actually, up close.
Isn't it fun?
Yes, it is.
Girls are disgusting.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Jim, are there actually are there actually photos there?
Yes, I saw it, and like I said,
saw the photos. They don't look very impressive. They look like a cheap cop-out fucking Halloween costume.
It looks like they're trying to dress as punks, which I would drive up beside them and call them posers.
Yes, I would too. Of course, on Halloween, I was something really scary. A misanthropic talk show host living in a room that doubles as a studio.
Someone told them they looked like rape victims. They sent a picture to their friends on Snapchat with a sad face to the fact that they were called by that term.
People are so hypersensitive to look for anything.
Mm-hmm. They made a terrible error in judgment by having such cheap costumes.
So, by watching I've actually watched the original The Purge, and I really wanted to purge, as in vomit.
One could argue they made a terrible mistake by even putting it on the internet whatsoever.
One could make an argument that their mother made a terrible mistake by having kids.
Yeah, their error in judgment was that caption, not thinking how the picture would be misconstrued. Well, people misconstrue everything on the internet.
Yep.
You could say puppies are cute, and they all of a sudden think you're into bestiality.
Yes, or I could say that babies aren't cute, and all of a sudden I'm a baby killer, which I am. Just I don't like.
God damn, Elliot! Why do you hate babies so much? Quit.
I hate you so fucking much.
You should love those little fucking poop sacks. Come on, man.
I hate you so much. Oh wait, now I'm a sexist.
I had 2 of them. I know. You have not experienced the popcorn poops that come when somebody breastfeeds their babies.
Yeah, and I don't think I want to.
Yeah, don't, because I've been through those trenches. Do not do that.
Okay, well, thank you that's a Swine Brothers top tip.
The girls are very good kids and don't deserve the threats they are receiving because of misinformed judgment by the public. Yes, because the public is always going to scream, "You fucking misogynistic assholes."
I never told you Puke used to dress up as Halloween costume with real animal blood. Before you go animal sacrifice, he actually lived down the street from a butcher. And yes, he got weird looks, but he would request like a gallon of cow blood or a gallon of pig's blood because they have it. And so he'd buy it and he would do things with it, and and people would. Oh my God, people were appalled by the, animal blood because, like I said, they thought he was, sacrificing pigs or some shit. But
I mean, seriously, once you get to that point, don't all those animals have to be tested, on a regular for disease and so on?
yeah, exactly.
Blood is not actually dangerous on its own unless it actually has antibodies or whatever in it that, causes disease. And you're like,
well, there's bloodborne diseases.
Well, that wasn't what they were appalled about. They were appalled about that he was using those things at all because they thought his reputation preceded him. They thought he had sacrificed them.
Oh, well, big whoop. Deal with it.
Yeah, but yes, he made sure they weren't disease-carrying or anything.
Well, like I said, if you get it from an actual butcher, it doesn't seem like that blood would be disease-borne because that dude has to sell that meat to people.
Yeah, and
well, usually when you butcher an animal, you bleed it to get the blood out, so you don't have that issue.
Yeah, but you do shit with the blood. You can sell it as a sauce or some shit,
This is why we trust the FDA as much as we do.
Except for when it comes to things about like, banning pain medications.
Unless you're, Kevin Trudeau.
True.
What the fuck? White people gotta chill, says one Twitter user. Oh my God, are you for real? Says another.
I just love the way he said, what the fuck? White people gotta chill, yo. Breaking down with the MC.
Jessica, that boy is spooky. Rape victims are not funny, or a Halloween joke, or a Halloween costume. It amazes me at how stupid some people are.
You know what George Carlin taught me, Jim? Anything can be funny.
Yes.
Imagine Kermit the Frog raping Miss Piggy.
Yes, I don't see how that would work considering her violent
Honestly,
outburst.
yeah, exactly. Miss Piggy's kind of dumb in that situation.
He'd be ripped apart while he was attempting.
She beat him to a fucking bloody pulp.
But you see, rape. You've just laughed at rape.
Yes.
Miss Piggy is absolutely horrible, but at the same time, she is something I grew up with, and I totally love Miss Piggy.
More than likely, she would be the one raping Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's even funnier. Just
And
imagine
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, okay, in their situation, with their relationship being what it is, they have a long established situation. And Miss Piggy may beat the crap out of people, but she never actually beats the crap out of Kermit.
I thought Kermit deserved to be beaten the crap out of.
He is kind of wishy-washy, but Miss Piggy likes him. What can we do?
Strange.
I know, right? But, you know, honest to God, she only ever beats up other people.
Yes, I know. I've watched the show when I was 4.
I fucking love Miss Piggy.
The image struck a chord with many, in particular because girls between 16 and 19 years of age are 4 times as likely to be victims of rape, attempted rape, or sexual assault than the rest of the population.
You know, providing they have an actual social, you know, life.
Yeah.
Social life? What is this magical witch language you speak?
Oh, you know, where the people actually go and talk to other people.
You mean talk not online?
Yeah, not online.
I do not understand this language that she speaks.
It baffles me too.
I don't get it. Jim, translate for me.
Well, back in the olden days.
Yeah, I could never do this show back in the 90s. Because, I mean,
Tech
we'd have to
would have
do.
limited everything.
I mean, we technology is such a blessing and a curse.
Yes, it is. We have fast dissemination of fucking information. Unfortunately, 99% of it is bullshit.
Yeah, but back in the day, it actually wasn't as bad as it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, the good stuff is we could do a show like this for free with people from different countries, different states. The bad news is everything else, social media culture.
The bad news is the goddamn internet, so what the fuck are you gonna do?
The good news is the internet. The bad news is the internet. Time to start massacring people.
Massacring.
Or at least masturbating over corpses.
I love Brendan Small. I was watching the Cannibal Corpse Centuries of Torment DVD today, Jim. Brendan Small had the best quote about, I think, the Butchered at Birth album cover. He goes, the first thing I saw, he's the Metalocalypse guy, he goes, the first thing I saw with Cannibal Corpse was the album covers. Hard to masturbate to, not impossible.
That organization also reports that for every 1,000 incidents of rape in the U.S., only about 334 are reported to law enforcement.
Yeah, it's very underreported.
Especially with guys.
We've been through that before. We went through that last week.
Well, men face a bigger social stigma than women do for reporting it.
I've been mind raped by this show.
About 20% of rape survivors have reported that they feared retaliation for reporting their incidents to police. Yes, I know how fucking retaliation goes whenever you report being sexually assaulted. I was called a faggot and fucking had the shit kicked out of me, and I ended up going to a loony bin over it. Beautiful.
Whereas when you weren't really insane. Whereas now, when you are really insane, I wonder if they've got your number and they're just waiting for them to swoop in on you.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who would say, at least you got help.
Yes, well, you found love in the loony bin. So.
Well, it doesn't matter, because the point is that if you don't report it, nothing's going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
True, but...
and if you do report it, sometimes shit will happen and sometimes shit won't.
True. You make a wise point.
Fuck.
It's really up to a personal decision at that point.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes things will, but it's better to report it. See what happens then. Not.
Unfortunately, that's all I got for today.
All right. Well, we've been doing this for a while, so.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for watching Swine Brothers episode 122 for the 7th of November. I think it's the 7th, 2016. You can email the show, as always, or since a couple episodes ago, at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com. Facebook, as always, is Swine Brothers. Twitter, Swine Bros 666. For Danimon, who joined last. For Chaz, who said little. For our presidential nominee for the Swine Brothers Utter Contempt Party, Jim Thompson, the Jim.
With 12 votes this year.
Yep, a whole dozen.
I am your host, Elliot Lindemood. I don't know when we'll see you next because Jim's work schedule's fucked, but we'll see you when we see you.
And dear God, that cock is split straight from the tip down to the scrotum, right in half.
Vote Jim for Doom.